Liv Morgan is flat out wrong about this, and in this video I'm going to tell you exactly what she said, how she's wrong, and what the actual truth is when it comes down to what she has claimed. Because Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, their feud is still alive and thriving. Coming out of WrestleMania 40, they had to pivot, right? They went from just a one-off singles match feud planned between Liv and Rhea, with Rhea defending and most likely retaining her Women's World Championship, to her being sidelined and them needing to create a huge new star. And they got that in Liv Morgan. She feuded with Becky Lynch, something in which she did previously, and they had a better feud this go around. She beat Becky Lynch for the Women's World title and did so on 2 different occasions, once for the title and once to retain the title 2 nights later on Monday Night Raw on the side of a steel cage. Now at SummerSlam, WWE, they booked the first match in this current feud between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Obviously, Dominant Mysterio getting involved and causing Liv to retain said championship, officially aligning himself with Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley has been on the just tear to get her. Now, WWE, they are keeping fans guessing, including Liv Morgan, based off of this statement, because at Bash in Berlin, it was Liv Morgan and Dominant Mysterio putting over Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley in a mixed tag team match. I'd like to know your comments down below. I thought that was a pretty good match, and I like the fact that the babyfaces went over. Now, the big question is, when will this seemingly second match happen between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, the rematch from SummerSlam with the Women's World Championship on the line? Now, I've been very vocal on the fact that I believe WWE should make this a trilogy bout, and regardless of where you want to put these matches, I think that would be the right place to go. Now, that leads us to today's video, because Liv Morgan, well, she's been doing the media rounds, and she was recently asked about this feud, and she made a very interesting comment in which I strongly disagree. Now, she was on The Big Show with Russick and Rose, and she commented on a rivalry with Rhea and how she's ready for it to end. Now, keep in mind that WWE, they've yet to announce Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley 2, but seemingly they're on course for a match, if not have already been announced for, based off of when you're watching this video. We're going to get them at Bad Blood October 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. This is what she had to say. I want for her to be gone right now. I want Daddy Dom and I to go and live our best lives and not be annoyed by the Terror Twins anymore. I've already beaten her. I have my man, my family, my title. I'm kind of done with it at this point. She's feeling like she needs to start the brutality tour, whatever that means, to get back at me. Hopefully, at Bad Blood, I finally put an end to Rhea Ripley. Now, whether or not you expect this match to happen at Bad Blood, which I think most people would, here's where she's wrong. This match is not going to be the crowning moment where it ends this feud. They're going to go to a third match, because think about it like this, regardless of the finish. So let's say Liv goes over and retains the championship. Unless it's inside Hell in a Cell, or in case there's an injury inside Hell in a Cell, this feud is going to go on, because either two things are going to happen. Rhea Ripley is going to beat Liv Morgan and win the Women's Championship, and then Liv gets a rematch for the title, or Rhea Ripley is screwed yet again and has a plausible explanation as to why she should get a third match, right? So it's going either way, because you already had the BS finish of SummerSlam. You had Rhea getting a win. I think what's going to happen is, I think they're going to take the title off of Liv, and then they can put it back on Rhea, and then Liv's going to get her rematch, and then they'll do a big step, right? I just can't see WWE ending this feud right now with how hot it has been. It has legitimately helped the company stay on top in terms of popularity. I would argue that Liv Morgan-Rhea Ripley feud is the second or third hottest program in all of WWE. I would put it in the likes of Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, and obviously the Bloodline storyline that has been going on with Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, right? Like, that has been a really, really fun feud. So I would say Bloodline storyline's the top, then it's Liv and Rhea, and then it's CM Punk Drew McIntyre. I just can't see them ending this feud at Bad Blood. There's too much money to be made, there's too much interest to be had, and there's too much ability to draw with this program that I think you have to keep it alive. And whether or not WWE thinks that they can... Like, here's another point. What if they don't have their rematch at Bad Blood? Like, everyone, I think, is putting it into a, well, they got to do Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. They got to do it. They got to do it. No, they don't. They can have one Hell in a Cell match. Not every freaking gimmick pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, TLC, you name it. Does there need to be a men's and a women's match? This idea that you have to do both, I don't agree with. I think you can do one. And I think, because it would be the blow-off, I think the blow-off Hell in a Cell match should not be Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I think it should be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. That's the right feud to do, because they've had their singles match, they had their bull rope match, or strap match, whatever you want to call it, and then we can get the Hell in a Cell match. We can then get the big blow-off match, and the one that everyone wants to see. And if they go in that direction, then you don't need to have Liv versus Rhea at Hell in a Cell. I also want to know this. If they book it at Bad Blood, or when they book this rematch, who do you think goes over? Are you siding with Liv, or are you siding with Rhea? I would love to hear your comments down below this video. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Dominant Mysterio, it's a great story. And when you have great stories, as we've seen with the Bloodline, and if you really want to think about it, CM Punk Drew McIntyre, that's been going on since January. But if you look at the Bloodline storyline, this feud has been going on for 4 years, right? And it seemingly has no end in sight. And so just because traditional booking of wrestling says you have to go 3 months and that's the longest you can go, it's like, well, do you not remember the 2008 Chris Jericho Shawn Michaels feud? Like, that went a lot longer. There's been countless feuds. Think of all the matches and all the times that Batista feuded with John Cena, or John Cena feuded with Randy Orton. Like, we would get those ad nauseum, and it's like they can go about this in a completely different way. And I would say this, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Liv Morgan videos, more Rhea Ripley videos, I call you to click this button right over here and get the latest videos on Liv Morgan. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.